Kari Brown. I am a junior at Damon, as you are well aware. I have one sister, two parents, and I also have a couple cats and a bird. I live in Towanda, New York, and I went to Kemah West High School. I also, as a student at West, play percussion and have always been involved in music, and I also bowled while I was in high school as well. So what mainly interests me in physical therapy is probably the background of what my mom does. She is a nurse, so I always have had an interest in the medical field. When I was younger, I definitely had a very enormous interest in being a veterinarian, but throughout the years I realized that it wouldn't be the thing for me because I am very emotionally attached to animals, and I think having to deal with, animals getting sick and having to talk to family members about potentially putting the animals down, I think would be too hard of an obstacle for me to surpass. So that's why I kind of veered away from being a vet and started looking into some type of medical job. So I remember looking online as a high school senior, and I knew I had no interest in being a nurse or a doctor. So I wanted something similar, but would still give me the satisfaction of being able to help people and that you can see a clear difference in their lives due to the fact that you're able to help them and have the knowledge and skill set to progress them further in their own life. And my papa also had a stroke years back, so I had some experience watching him go through some physical therapy and occupational therapy. So I think that's another reason why physical therapy kind of appealed to me, especially once I got into the nitty-gritty details about all the different variations of PT can do, how they can practice an outpatient, subacute, inpatient, and there's just so many different specializations and areas that you could study in that it's very appealing to me because you don't have to do one specific thing. You can move from place to place, or you could even work in PT home care, so you can actually go house to house as opposed to staying in one relative place. So that's kind of my background and why I decided to venture out and become a PT. So for my learning style, I had very close interests in active and reflective, as well as sequential and global. My numbers were both like 1, so I was very central in those two ideas. But on the other hand, my sensing and intuitive were way off. I was very highly into sensing, as in I like to learn facts and not so much abstract. So getting the clear picture to me is what really helps me out as a learner. And in addition, I'm also a very visual learner as opposed to verbal. And I feel like that has definitely impacted the way that I have done thus far in college, because college lectures are primarily verbal and do not do much of visual for the students to learn on that basis. So I think that's definitely something that has harmed me thus far as a student at Damon. And for my professional behaviors, I found that I had a very beginning level of stress management. I don't really have the skill set of what to do to cope, and I don't really have any type of techniques that I've been doing, so I rated myself as a beginner in this stress management. But I found myself at an entry level in the problem solving, because throughout school, problem solving has been a big, huge, major thing that teachers have tried implementing from day to day in the classroom. So I think problem solving is definitely a skill set that most people my age can say that they have, just the way that teaching has really been implemented throughout the years of our studies. And some personal goals that I would like to set in order for me to help teach and learn would definitely be being able to cope with my stress better, so I can find some type of outlet that whenever stress all bottles up, I have somewhere to do or something to go to, so the stress doesn't get to an unmanageable level. And I also want to be able to understand and comprehend all type of verbal learning styles that teachers implement, because I know that it has definitely impacted the way that I've learned, and I definitely need to get a better grasp on what skills and what techniques I can use in order to learn better verbally. All right, there we have it. Thank you.